5.
I'm going to steamroll Fooz's intro to say, if you're not in our Discord and you don't go look at Joe's real life bobblehead, you're really missing out. And you should fix that, right, Meow? Because it's adorable.
It's truly incredible.
I love the hands in the pockets. Are those overalls?
I do.
No, those are my
suspenders.
That's what I would say. I don't know why I said overalls.
I heard
my brain is
what are you saying?
fantastic right now. Go look at Discord.
As I mentioned, we're like, we're vibing on Wednesdays, so we're here to have a good time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're back with our 4th episode of Test Team M. Before we kind of hop into everything, as per usual, we're going to let the players introduce themselves, what they may be doing, and who they're playing tonight. And I will get started with our bobblehead Joe.
I am not a bobblehead. There's just a bobblehead that looks like me. Thank you. See, because
you are a bobblehead.
A bobblehead. Anyway, I'm Joe. I'm playing Victor. He's mostly a cleric with a little bit of monk who acts like mostly a monk with a little bit of cleric. And we're going to have a good time, and we're going to beat up as many criminals as possible because my cause is just. But other than Task Team M and being here, I'm also here on Fridays because we've got Tanloric wrapping up, and then we've got some Outlaws happening, and I'll be here for that. And when I'm not here or here, I'm here because Saturdays is difficult terrain, and we're in the middle of a big old fight, and it's very exciting, and it's high stakes. Come watch that. But I'm not here or here on Sundays on Dispel Logic, where we're doing a seafaring campaign. We just hit level 7, and all sorts of fun boat stuff. We have a whole naval combat thing he introduced last week that I still need to study, so I understand it better next time. But it's very cool. And then every other Sunday, except occasionally here and there when real life happens, as did this last Sunday. So sorry, folks. But not this upcoming Sunday, but the following, I will be playing Mass Effect. About to start Mass Effect 2, doing RNG, every decision skill point mission we take, in what order. It's all RNG, and we have made some interesting story decisions thus far. But that is me, all the things. Much more important, we have a wonderful guest who should say whom he is and where you can find him and all the wonderful things he does.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Rev. Not as wonderful as he says, but I'm a Rev. Variety streamer here on Twitch, playing an assortment of video games. Currently doing a Dragon Age run through. We just finished Dragon Age 2 today, so Friday we are starting Inquisition. Chat gets to vote on what race and origin I pick, so that's currently happening right now. So we'll see where that leads me. Other than that, I run the Pathfinder game every other Monday, which Foozca is a amazing player in, and currently being kind of led astray in a puzzle room that I way overthought. And
they led me to get stabbed.
Not my fault.
I followed their directions and I got stabbed.
But that's going great. That's every other Monday. I think next session is the 14th. So be sure to drop by for that. And I'm here tonight as Bumic, a wonderful warlock or swordlock turtle who is also a wonderful chef and loves to make sure everyone is well fed and with treats. And I will send it over to... Let's keep it going to the left, I guess, Flandy.
Hello, I'm the Flandy. I'm playing a snake who's a tired boy, just like Flandy is in real life, and he's a snake, and you're gonna hear that once or twice this stream. Enjoy, it'll be fantastic. I can't carry the thing on because Foos will be next, so instead we'll do it like we're doing a typewriter in reverse and ting, get over to Kit.
Hi, call me Kit, Kitendo, Kibbles and Bits. There's a lot of names involved here. It just happens. Kit Diffles is what Flandy calls me every now and then. You can basically find me here on the internet, or leadchess or chess.com if you're into that kind of shit. I'm playing this man right here. His name is Bert. He is big, barely wears any clothing, and swings around an axe with a great weapon master. Always, that's always on. That is not coming off now.
Make your artificer happy.
Yes. Now, I'm involved in several projects. I'll be doing Alkin Star. I'm also the DM on Fridays for the last few weeks for the project that should have ended about 6 weeks ago. But yeah, just hell or high water. We'll finish it this Friday, okay?
You can't touch my record. It's okay. You're good.
I know.
Yeah. 6 to 8 episodes, and then it's just like 22? 22.
No, but seriously, I'm grateful for the players that decided to play in this thing. It's my first campaign ever, and yeah, I'm just happy they're very fucking patient with my ass because they keep making threats about blowing shit up. So, yeah.
I feel like we're getting painted with a very broad brush when it's Nenners who is the problem.
It's not Nenners who's the problem, it's Aceril who is the problem.
I mean, potato.
Potato.
Sometimes potato.
Okay. Yeah,
Cause Nenners.
yeah, but that's me. Senor Nenario, por favor.
I'm Nenners, Nenario, as you've heard, Nenarino, whatever happens to be. I'm here most of the time, so I'll be here Friday, I'll be here Saturday, and I'll probably be here Sunday. So
You will.
send help. It'll be good stuff. Fuse is currently torturing me at the Ghost of Tsushima raids, and then trying to kill all my friends on Saturday, which is fun. And yeah, I'm also trying to engage in some domestic terrorism in Kit's campaign. So we'll see how all of that goes. But tonight I'm playing a kobold named Merp. He is I almost said artillerist. That is not true. He's an alchemist.
Yes.
Who is injecting people, willingly or otherwise, with all kinds of hyperdemic goodness. So we just watched our very fuzzy and oddly muscular wizard get KO'd and kidnapped, so he's a little concerned about that. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I think my sister is finally ready. So Foos, take it away. Nice shirt, by the way.
I've never been ready. Yeah, I'm still feeling the Spider-Verse. Because, was it not last Sunday, but the Sunday before that, we went to go see with the live concert and stuff, and it was a fucking grand time. So I'm still stuck up on it, and I've been like rewatching the movies too much lately. But it's a wonderful time, and I'm obsessed. So, thankfully, he seems to love them. I won't say as much because I'm just absolutely obsessed, but he seems to appreciate them, and I can at least know that I'm not torturing him. So there's that. Give Dubs a snack. He's over there with his hoe right now, so I'll talk to him about it later. Also, this is a joke. He has a friend named Hoey, and we call him Hoey. So every time they play together, I'm like, he's with his hoe.
His friend's name is Joey, not Hoey.
He has
a friend whose name is Hoey. We call him Hoey.
Also, you don't have to justify
Joey
your
and then
style
Foos,
to internet people. If it
His
works for
name
you
is
two,
Hoey, so we call him Hoey. Yeah.
Foos, can you repeat what question you ask when you check in on him?
I have a couple of questions. It really depends on the context of what's going on.
You know, when the event is done, how do you?
Oh, do you have a good time with your hoe?
I hear that all the time. You have a good time with your hoe? I'm like, that's your husband.
Anyway. But it's funny to say, and even him, he's like, please stop saying that out
no
loud.
judgment. If what it takes for them to be happy is Dubs brings in a hoe once a week or so, like fucking it works for them, and we're not here to pass.
It works for
judgment.
them. Absolutely. Anyway, hi, I'm Foos. I'm mean to my husband's friend, and
straight for the Emperor's
I'm
Light.
the DM for this lovely short series, which we are 4 episodes in, and I also DM on the Saturdays with our long campaign, where we're coming back to a fucking dragon fight. I cannot wait to have that full episode to do it. So we're very excited for that one. And then, yeah, we're finishing up San Loric, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, but, expectedly, I suppose, this Friday. And we'll see how that goes. And that's been a fucking joy, too, because I've been able to roleplay a character I've been having a lot of fun with. So no complaints here. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it from us. I'll hop into the recap, and then we'll get the inspirations out, and we'll hop back into this. The recap being, this lovely task team M was assembled by a general goods vendor within the city of Kimase Kimane, knowing that something strange was going on. Many very important people around many different cities and countries and such have all gone missing after attending a party. So months into this disappearance, she had a contact that had gone missing that perhaps could shed some light on what was going on. But knowing that he was accosted into some underground multi-dimensional crime ring of some kind, she enlisted the help of our lovely Task Team M. So with each of them being assembled for various reasons and in various ways, the team got together, did a little bit of shopping, rested, and then made their way towards one of the 3 entrances, choosing to go for the door that seemed to have been protected, but at least no visible guards were there. After picking a fight with whatever doorman decided to come out, who immediately fled as the team was doing some good damage, not wanting to stay long enough to take serious damage, he disappeared. And the team, knowing that he was gone and likely some kind of alarm bells were going off, pushed inside anyway. So moving their way inside, they came across a door that it seemed that only Ladlo, the bugbear wizard slash barbarian, was able to notice, and also didn't seem to set off any of the other traps that people stepped on. Some strange things happening, but noticing the door in this long hallway and stepping inside, the group found 4 people who looked very confused as to why you were here, as well as a cell with 3 prisoners inside. With a slight awkward opening of the door, then immediate closing of the door, the group eventually opened the door again and started combat, which was a good portion of our last session. But vanquishing all 4 that were in the room, a woman seemed to be approaching from a different hallway, entering the room and seemingly going straight for Ladlo. After using some abilities that weren't spells exactly, but were some kind of magical abilities that seemed to manipulate the area around them and almost the gravitational pull, depending on the ability she was using. She knocked out the beloved Ladlo, and the episode ended with both her and Ladlo disappearing into her vortex shift ability. So as she vanished, the team was rifling through bodies, unlocking the cells and letting the prisoners out, and figuring out what their next steps were going to be. Because while they were victorious, at least in dispatching who was in this room, those people are a little banged up. So there's a little bit of discussion as to what the next steps will be. And this is where we're picking up. We have 2 slightly unusual things that I want to make note of, is that Nenners, you got a D4 at the end of our session last time. So I was like, we're just going to carry it over because we had no more rolls at that point. So you are starting tonight off with a D4. And then Flandy, you rolled an investigation check for the bodies, which we will start with. But before we do that, our inspiration winners for tonight, Rev, we can't get you off this board, man. You back on it. You back on it, man. So you get a D20, and Nenners, you are also the winner of a D20. So congratulations, the 2 of you have the expiring D20s for the night.
Don't give it to me. I will try to use it for good and just embarrass myself. Thank you.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was close. I do believe, if I remember correctly, it was like nearly a full sweep for Rev though. So with every time we have guests, our lovely players love our guests so much. So you're getting the star treatment here, and we are happy to have you. But starting with Flandy, I did see your face. You're still here, right? You're just walking around.
I'll be right there. I got like
okay.
1 more minute.
Never mind. Then you take your time.
Sorry.
We'll get to his. No, you're fine. We'll get to his investigation second. Then, the rest of the team, you are still in this room. I can drag you back to it now. If there's anything you want to do or say, the 3 in the bottom left, the prisoners that you freed, have disappeared. So let me get them off the map so there's no confusion there. But they have left, and you guys are on your own.
Okay. Got those 3 down. Oh boy, we're all kind of roughed up.
Yeah.
The ladies have left, right? The people that we rescued.
Yes. All of the it was 2 ladies and a man, just for clarification. But they're all out of here now.
Oh, I thought they were all 3 ladies too.
Really? Oh shit! No, it was 2 ladies and a dude.
Who hasn't been band-aided by me?
That's a great question.
Band-aided?
Yes, I know I band-aided you. And I
I think
band-aided
only got
myself.
hurt, right?
Yeah. I think you looked at the hotla.
Yeah, I did
I
the.
did, yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I will then band-aid our clunk and
Oh, that's why that word's bothering me. Bandage.
yeah, and Bumic if I don't get any resistance. Oh,
No
God,
resistance.
What was the? I can remember the.
Makes me laugh to think that.
But yeah,
like,
he's doing that in
this
the
cute
background
little-
of people trying to do other stuffs.
those cute little kobolds coming up to you with bandages, and someone's like, "No." Like, what? Why would you say that?
Absolute response.
Alright, so first one is for Joe. Second one is for Bumic. Which is kind of where I wanted that spread to go anyway. So you get 10, Joe, and Bumic, you get 6, and you're freshly band-aided with some mint-scented bandages at the moment.
He likes me 4 better than you. Just pointing it out.
Do we want to keep going, or do we want to take like a rest or something, or like?
I do not know how much time Ledlow has, but if we are good to no one dead.
As I said, rushing into things got us into this trouble. Must we take it a little slower?
I think he was in on it.
I don't think that being murdered would be something you would want to do if you were in on it.
It's not murder. You get revived. There's a safe space.
That is still a lot. I would not, for all of you, say kill me, and they will think you are against me. But then please revive me very quickly. I will not mind dying.
But I mean, if sabotage, that was really probably done sabotage.
He made a lot of rash decisions.
Is this coming from the guy who stepped repeatedly out of trap?
They were separate.
Okay.
So I take it then that we are going to gather ourselves for a moment.
That would be wise, I think. Also, we can hear the hell out of that paper.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna come over here and write a chair and the table so I can sit with my feet on the table. I'm also gonna see if they were like having dinner or something that I can steal. It might have gotten knocked to the ground though.
The table, what was there of it? I do believe it was partially caught in a shatter, so parts of it.
Technically.
Not in the best shape. I'm just gonna say that like the leg that's closest to like the top right, or the top right leg, I guess, is fully shattered, so it's kind of at an angle, but it's somewhat upright. But what was on it wasn't food. It did look like various sort of parchments and maps and such, some of which was destroyed. But if you like, you can try and take a look at what's here.
I don't care what's here. I mean, I would love to as a player learn more about what's here, but
No, you're fine.
I'm having it in this tray.
Yeah, it's not food. It's essentially your
Here's open
answer.
for a snack. It's not there. It's fine.
No worries.
And then I'm gonna do the short rest things.
Are the entrances into here actually doors, or are they? Like, I know the one we came in was a door, but is the other one just an archway?
Exactly. The one to the left is the door you came in, so that one does have a door. This one is just an archway.
Are any of them jars?
Um,
I was outside thinking, I didn't get it right away. I was over here busy.
The corner of your face coming into frame was so good.
Is it stonework around the door and like the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. I am the one that's an actual door that we came in. I am going to use mold earth to try to essentially jam that door so that it can't be opened, or it's very difficult for it to be opened.
Very cool. Hit me with a charisma check for your spellcasting modifier, just to see how effective this is. Oh my god! Yeah, you're quite convinced that unless someone runs through the wood part of the door, that they probably cannot open this. It is sufficiently wedged.
Then feel a little more secure. They can only come through the archway.
Okay. That works. I have thieves' tools. Can I set a trap during the hour?
Ooh. Sure. What kind of trap you setting up?
Well, likely a poison one. I'm trying to see what I have on me.
Sure.
Let's see. Because artificers don't get much on a short rest, and I'm a kobold, so I just naturally make traps. Do I not have poison on me? Shame on me. I'm terrible.
I think I can be of assistance.
Oh, okay. He's picking up like used syringes that he has off the ground and just kind of like gonna use that as the delivery system.
Sounds terrible.
It is. It absolutely is.
That's just sheer needle.
Yep.
Well, that's the point. If it's a trap, it's just, you're gonna get poisoned in two ways. You're gonna poison you actually have in there, and then whatever
Yep.
diseases are coming along with it. Good heavens. All right.
There's a
So
moment where he's gonna like give you the fake out of like, oh, you think you're collecting it from me? No, I have vials for you. No, just kidding. It's actually coming from me.
Oh, thank you. I think.
is that better or worse?
As we do settle into a short rest, I produce a platter of stuffed dates for everyone. And if you guys eat these, you will regain an extra D8 hit points if you are using hit dice.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
I was
shit.
hoping they were
That's
having snack, but this is worthless paper.
Enjoy.
Take one.
Daph, anything cool?
Oh, okay. You're back. Oh, look at that. Just out the gate.
I'm here. I'm
Maximum-
nomming down here. So
Don't like that.
Are we each rolling individual D8, or are you
No, like
rolling
this.
that for everybody?
I don't know.
Each
Oh,
person
okay.
you get a D8. You can roll it. It's yours.
we get a date.
It's your D8.
You get a date.
You
Well,
get
he's
a
giving
date.
us dates. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a date with your date.
If you want to know what they're stuffed with, they're stuffed with pistachios, peppers, rolled in salt, and caramelized in honey.
Oh,
Now I want one like in front of
Yum.
me, so I can
I'm
put it
so
in.
glad I'm eating right now.
yeah. Gosh. Suddenly hungry. Okay.
It has no heel, but good still.
But as you are doing that, go ahead. Our lovely trap makers, which is the other two reptiles of the team, survival checks for both of you, or one of you can roll an advantage, whichever you prefer.
How you looking, boss?
Survival checks. So my survival is terrible, but I believe I can do stuff because I'm an artificer with my tools, which might get me out of it. Non-magical tools, your choice. Blah blah. Hold on. Nope. Those are all mundane. Never mind. I will. Yeah, I got a +1 to survival. What do you got?
Let's each roll.
This is a race to the bottom, Flandy. Here we go.
Okay, he's got a 4. Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, let's go.
Holy shit! Which door are you trapping, or like where are you trapping? I guess I just should ask outright.
So-
what spaces are we looking?
I
to trap
imagine
here?
we are going this way, right? Because we came from
Right.
here, or are we going to
Right.
continue going down this hallway?
I don't know what direction you want to go in, but you are correct that left is where you came from, and right is where that lady came from, and
I guess we'll confer with the team. Like, did we want to go chase the lady, or did we want to continue going down the highway to hell?
Well, we're looking for someone, but also Naledlo is missing. Perhaps to find one is to find both.
So we're going down going to the left. That would.
Ah.
Okay, so we're trapping this door.
okay, that door is the one that was also
Yeah, that's fully
super-
barricaded.
It is barricaded, but
Oh.
someone could come through the wood.
Like they can smash their way through the wood.
You guys, I was gonna say, you guys also rolled so fucking well. I'm very happy with giving you 2 traps. So whatever concoction you come up with,
Ooh.
you can put in 2 different places.
I'm thinking like hollowing out the dirt underneath these tiles, and then making kind of like a spring-loaded syringe trap. So if they like break through, they'll shatter the thing. It'll trigger it. We'll just get like hit with the poison-filled syringes.
Incredible. I love this. Amazing. Okay. Very nice. So we're putting one in that door, and are you putting it are you gonna put them both there, or would you want the second one to be somewhere else?
Do we want a safe room to come back to?
Why would we come back?
I like you. Give me simple, straight answers. He's the hallway that our boy got kidnapped in. Does it go right at all, or is it just like that's
It does seem to go in both directions, just left and right though, like 180 straight hallway.
gotcha? I don't want to trap the. Can we hold on to this trap and like apply it later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Absolutely.
I want to trap this room. I don't want to trap this. I want to trap though. I definitely
You
want to
did
trap.
already trap the room though, okay?
Well, there's a
You
good
just had
chance-
a surprise second one.
He's thinking like, what if we run into more refugees? We're just like,
And you want
Well,
to
you
set
can't-
traps for them? It's rude.
all right. So that's. I'm done doing that.
Okay.
I just
good.
add up this short rest stuff. What was that?
All right, so you're doing the short rest.
God, I rolled
Flandy,
like
we can
ass.
do your investigation. I just
Okay.
realized when I put like my other earbud away, a hair got like tangled in it, so I was just like uncoiling my hair from the earbud, which is absolutely what everyone needs to know in here. But you rolled like it wasn't 11, something like that. It wasn't terribly high
The
for
last thing I
you,
rolled was an investigation of 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a natural 2. Oh, you.
Yeah.
All right, and you're just looking through the bodies, right? Just for clarification.
Oh shit, I'm exhausted. I should have done my check at disadvantage.
That's true. Roll me one more. Worst comes to worst, you just.
I'll roll you
Yeah.
one of each because I did roll a survival as well. So.
Oh, you did.
Investigators.
yeah, sure.
And there's my survivals.
Whoops, wrong one.
All right.
So the 11 sticks.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine with that one though. That's
Wait,
okay.
didn't I have it? No,
Uh,
wait, hold on. I remember now. The 11 was good anyways because I cheesed it. That's why.
That's what I thought, because I was like, I do remember you being like, I'm gonna take more than whatever time so that I could. And I was like, you're fine to do that, so you're good with that one. The survival, I am more inclined just to keep the other one because when we split them like that, we kind of ignore the advantages and
Yeah.
disadvantages anyway,
As-
because you're
you wanna
working
fix-
together. But I appreciate your honesty in this time. However,
Most of the
as
time. What do you mean? I'm always honest.
I said at this time.
Oh.
Most of the time, you lying bitch.
At this
No,
time, which
I'm
means
kidding.
most of the rest of the time, we know you lying.
You lying. And that's not what I mean. Anyway. Looking through the bodies that are here, you're a little surprised to find that a lot of them are really kind of lean in terms of what they're carrying. There's not a lot. There's a few gold pieces and such, which obviously I can give you the counts for after this. But otherwise, you're not finding anything substantial on any of them. Weapons, of course, and such, but nothing of
Yeah,
interest.
there's nothing special, nothing that he can like. I don't know that he would sell weapons because like, but he would definitely keep the gold or copper,
Oh,
silver.
okay.
Whatever.
By all means, yeah. Yeah, if you're
but
going
there's
through
nothing
all
that stands
four
out
of
like,
them.
hey guys, look at this thing.
Yeah. Even in terms of the gold, they're also kind of lean as well. But between all of them, you find. Let me double check my notes as well. You find 11 gold and 15 silver pieces.
Ooh, that's more than double what I currently had.
I was broke as fuck.
Wait, you were just given thousands. How are you still broke?
He declined it.
Oh, that's right.
Most of this team declined it. I think maybe one person was like, I guess. But, like, most of them were like, no.
He's just here for the thrill of the kill. I mean,
Should have told
for
me
the
we're getting paid.
finding
Noel would have taken the money.
person.
Kind of unusual that a criminal organization would be so light in the pocket.
Why?
If they're in
I mean,
their
it's-
home, why do they need to be carrying it with them?
I don't know if this is home, more maybe in place of employment.
If you steal what you want, what do you need gold for?
But if trust isn't your currency, or if trust is something that you can rely on, then gold becomes very valuable.
I imagine you are not allowed to steal from other criminals, so you steal from everyone else, and you do not need to buy because you steal.
I'm not sure you're picking up what I'm putting down, but that's okay.
Did you drop
Just-
something?
You would see Bert immediately start looking on the ground for whatever he dropped.
No, I didn't drop anything. My point is, if you can't, like, I can rely on you guys. If I ask you to do something, or if I need help, that's not a problem. But if you're of a slightly lower moral kind of compass, that might not come cost-free. So you'd want gold to, grease the wheels, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get moving. If
fair.
everyone's good to go, are we all right? Does anyone need anything?
What Murphy
Um,
drop?
Merp didn't drop anything.
So Hot will drop one of the coins, try to like drop it to where he doesn't notice, so that way he can see something that fell. He's like, point to it, and be like, it's that right there.
Oh, okay. Here you go, Murphy.
Okay, thank you.
If a snake could laugh, you'd be hearing it right now.
Oh my god.
Merp will hand Bert a potion and say, next time we get into a fight, drink this before we start.
I don't think he would ask what it is. He just trusts you.
For meta purposes, though, it's one of my experimental elixirs, and it is a potion of boldness. Let me link that for you.
I have that linked already.
Perfect.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Nope.
I'm gonna go to the door and finding that it's been sealed shut and it won't open. I'll have to shrug and start attacking the door to break it so we can get out of here because we've been sealed in.
There's the open doorway too.
Yeah.
What are you talking
You
about?
make points towards the archway.
We're not going up to where they went?
That's to the left is where you came in. They're suggesting going up here.
That's where I'm going. I got confused on which door you sealed. Ignore that.
The sealed
then.
one is the one
I'm
you
going
came
to
in.
the unsealed door because that's the direction we're going. It would have made more sense if I moved my token at the same time, and then everyone would have known exactly what level of idiocy we were dealing with.
As you step out towards the threshold, the first thing you immediately notice is this is far more maintained than the other hallway that you walked in. The entrance that you came in from, it was kind of roughly hewn. It was a lot of sort of moisture and dirt and such, but it was easy enough to traverse. And it was also certainly wide and tall enough for many things, and possibly even carts and caravans to be comfortably moving through this. This one is a little bit smaller, certainly still large enough for Bert to stand up in, but it is seemingly tiled and maintained in some way. There are small torches that are alight in this hallway, but it is unlike the other one, dead straight in both directions. The other one sort of curved and bended in some ways, but this is straight, and it feels like at a glance it just goes on forever. You can't see an end at either side. But what you do see, actually give me a perception check to see just exactly how much you
What
see.
I do see is based on this
What
number.
you see and what you see.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm
Thanks.
helping ahead.
Most unfortunate.
You don't see anything, just this nice empty hallway going in both directions.
I'm going to give you a series of hand signals that most likely mean nothing, and then I'm going to crouch and move quietly leftwards down the hall.
Do his hands hurt?
He hits with them a lot, so I assume so.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Is the rest of the team following him out?
Oh, also, I'm not here to just make a decision, so feel free to call me out if people want
Yeah,
to go. Victor's
Yeah,
just a man of action, and so he picked a path.
Merp doesn't know that you're directionally incompetent, so he's gonna follow you.
He doesn't know your manners right now, yeah.
This is directionally incompetent in any video game we play. Okay, so do me a favor, guys. Line yourselves up in your marching order. Victor's at the front. Just obviously ignore the table and such, but just go ahead and line yourselves up in whatever order you find yourselves in this. I'm assuming Tahala is 6 miles off map. Wherever you, okay, good. Then everyone else. All right. Great. So I guess in order then. The rest of you, please give me perception checks as well.
Un segundo.
Perception checks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Let's go.
All right. We're taking advantage of the height. Why did I close my sheet?
I was like, I'm missing one. Whose is it? Oh, it's
It's me. Hold on. You said investigation, right? That's what you said.
No, it was perception.
Okay, here you go.
Fantastic, as expected, I suppose, in some ways. As you are all stepping out and continuing down this path, going towards the left, the team rounds that corner and continues walking. The sound of the tile beneath your feet. It's almost deathly quiet. You can hear the crackling of the torches and your team, but otherwise it's so quiet. But Bert, after a few steps, not even 30 seconds or so of travel, you see a little bit of movement right beside you. It's beside the team, really, but it just kind of seems to be 5 or 10 feet away from you. It's slightly transparent, but it looks like something's just kind of walking beside you.
Walking beside us?
Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's just bonus action. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, go for it, Flinty. Jeez.
Merp, would you be riding on his shoulder, or would you be walking next to him?
I think he'd be on your shoulders at this point because there's so many people taller than him. So he's just looking at asses as you guys are walking. So it would, yeah, he's
You want the look of asses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How-
I mean, if he
how,
has... sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish. I thought you were done. My bad.
I think he'd be like, Murpy. You see him just like moving his head a little bit. He's trying to be subtle. I don't know how subtle this man can be.
Yeah. He's just like loading routes. If I can't see your camera, I don't know if you're pointing or gesturing.
No, yeah, he'd be gesturing right now.
Okay. Merp will take a look while he's just loading stuff. At the time.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds, but you are also able to kind of make out what looks like a slightly transparent figure of some kind walking beside you guys.
Ah! He'll point.
Okay, at that point, I think he would try to grab whatever's there.
Okay, with the Merp's kind of like shriek, you guys hear, ah! And it just sort of echoes almost in this hallway in a very strange way. But you see the figure kind of like stop, which makes it even harder to see it. But it stops walking beside you.
What is it? Why make noise?
Again, I try to not manhandle this thing, but I try to grab it.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
Okay. Am I rolling with the great axe here, or what am I rolling here?
No, just maybe a strength check, I guess we'll say.
Okay.
Just to like be able to put your hands on something. All right, that's pretty good.
I have
as
big
you,
hands.
yeah, you have big hands, big arms. You have good reach as well. As you reach out in front of you, as the closer you get, the more it feels like you're starting to see a little bit more detail. But as you start lunging forward, the first thing that kind of catches your attention is that this is a much smaller creature than you. You are hilariously tall to begin with, but this looks like it's maybe 3 foot tall or so, and it looks like it's holding something. And as you reach for it, you hear another ah! And at that point, you watch as what looks like a stuffed toy of some kind falls in front of the invisible figure before it kind of tries to sneak out of your grasp, which I will roll for that just now. 1 second. Ooh. Okay. It barely manages to kind of weasel out of your hands, but you start to hear, I'm sorry.
He would pick up the stuffed animal, the stuffed thing then.
It looks like a little rabbit, a stuffed rabbit.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
Toast, hello.
Look at him, he's
Hold
so
on.
generous.
He's so cute. It's Toast o'clock.
Is that a child?
Who goes
No, no.
there?
He dropped this. Shows Bunny.
I could cast Fairy Fire again. I mean, I'd rather not. You know.
You can cast what?
I can make you visible. Can you? We're not gonna hurt you.
I do not want to alarm everyone, but there is voice from nowhere.
Oh,
I do love Victor very much.
Oh man.
Oh, it purrs. I'm sorry, I can hear the purrs. That immediately distracted me. But you start to hear, I wasn't supposed to, I don't mean anything. I was supposed to just, hi.
Hello. I'm not good with pretty much anything that talks. Can someone else talk to the child?
I talk. You good with me?
He just pets.
He would hand you the bunny to hold on to for now.
The bunny is probably like what, 3/4 of my size. So,
Yeah,
No, it's a small creature, so it's about like what a stuffed toy would look like for you, around
oh,
that
okay,
size.
all right, yeah,
Correct size-ish.
He'll immediately inspect the craftsmanship of said bunny.
Bunny.
Yeah, investigation, please.
Dumic will react how he generally reacts to non-hostiles. He'll get down a little bit and pull out a small tray of cookies.
He starts
And
to,
offer
oh
them out.
wow, nice investigation. As you offer the cookies, you hear, oh, I can't. Thank you, though.
Is this creature also diabetic?
Oh my god.
I have other treats if you're allergic to something here.
Oh, no, I can't eat.
I understand now he's ghost.
Hey, what? How's a ghost holding a teddy bear?
Ghost, he's not holding a teddy bear. You are.
It's a
teddy
bunny.
bear. It's a rabbit.
Why can't you eat?
'Cause I can't. Roll persuasion check for me, please. I've been here a little while, but I'm here to help my brother. And he asked me to come say hi and take a look and see if he can help. If we can help.
Who's your brother?
Vale.
And what are the two of you doing here?
Oh,
It's
well,
a dangerous place.
yeah. Well, they can't hurt me. And as he says that, you watch as about a 3 foot or so feline in figure, at least, humanoid creature comes out, but fully translucent. You can see the bones in this creature, no eyes, just the skull kind of floating, but the ears still kind of spectral and almost glowing in some ways. Wearing very simple clothing, but
I'm going to
kind of
nod
looking in your direction.
sagely because this is clearly a ghost.
Oh my god. Gonna put you guys on this generic hallway so you guys can see the artwork.
Generic hallway.
Generic hallway. And I was like, and just in case you guys did some fuckery in a hallway, I was like, let me make sure we're prepared just in case. But if you come around here,
Ready for some bullshit?
Oh, look at the bunny!
just in case, yeah.
Ooh,
Some bullshit immediately.
Oh, look at him. All right. Who are you trying to help? What were you trying to do?
I don't really know necessarily. But Vale was trying to see if he could help before. I think he said he tried to mark a turtle, but it didn't work.
Stares at you.
was he the feline that had tried to approach me in the park?
Maybe. I'm kind of stuck here, so I can't leave. But he leaves sometimes.
Is he here currently?
Huh?
Can you take us to him?
Yeah. Can you guys hear Dubs in the background? I'm not sure what's happening, but all I heard was, get out of the car, get out of the car!
I think he's playing Project Zomboid, I saw earlier.
Yeah,
Yep.
I keep making, I was bothering Hoey about it earlier because when I went to go look, all I saw were like the buildings or whatever they were in, and I was like, y'all playing The Sims over here? They both got very upset, and I had a good laugh.
Do you know what is keeping you here, Ghost?
No.
Well, is his brother also Ghost, or is he still living?
No, he's normal.
Well, it is within my power to release you onto the afterlife, if that is... Well, really, it is what should be happening, but...
What?
You're a ghost. You should not be here.
Roll me a persuasion check real quick.
Can I roll a check to see if I can tell if it's like a magic effect or if this creature's actually like no shit weird?
No shit weird. Arcana? Sure.
This is gonna go real well.
This is incredible. Oh shit, very nice. But as you ask the question, you can see he looks kind of confused a little bit and sort of tilts his head. No, not yet. I don't know. I don't know. I want to stay and help my brother.
Unfinished business. We will help you help your brother, and then if you are still not moving on, I will help with this also.
Oh, okay. He just seems confused. Tahatla, in studying this figure, it doesn't look like an illusion of any kind. Definitely seems like some kind of strange undead creature is before you.
Interesting.
How much does... Help me out, Foozca. How much does Merp know about the whole soul shenanigans going on from his last mission?
You've known quite a bit. Certainly, obviously, like, you know about the Promised. You know a little bit more than the average citizen there, especially because you were able to watch two get Promised and get an idea that some sort of almost recycling of souls is happening, but you can't quite pinpoint exactly what, but you're at least aware of it.
Victor, there's some, I'm not sure if you're aware, but some strange ongoings with the Infinite and souls not going where they're supposed to go, or getting recycled or entangled with other souls. I understand your sentiment is just, but I mean, he might be better here.
Ghosts should not linger. But I will help Ghost's brother. Then we can release this ghost and any others we find.
But that's my point. It's like releasing an animal into an extremely dangerous environment instead of where it would normally be able to thrive. Does that make sense?
I don't know, Foos, does that make sense to me, based on anything I know about the souls and whether or not it would be good?
How much do you think Victor is involved in, I guess, it's the stranger things that are happening in his city?
I guess realistically, it's how much the Temple of Zevioso is involved and how much we keep abreast of it.
I think you would probably know less than Merp, and Merp only because he had a very specific adventure with a little more clarity in there. But from a surface level, you're probably aware of some fuckery once again, but nothing specific, unfortunately.
I do not know about releasing animals and where you should do this, but the afterlife is not the purview of mortals. I will release Ghost, and then it is up to whatever deity Ghost belongs to.
Let's discuss later, maybe.
True, we waste time.
Did you want to be my
Interesting
brother?
mother.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. Can I have my rabbit back?
Did we ever get the ghost's name or no?
No one asked.
Okay, then at that point, I think Bert would, like, he would like reach up and help Merp get the bunny down. What is name?
Bunny.
No. You.
Oh, nap.
Nap.
Afternoon nap.
Do you want to write on Bert? On Merp?
What?
I messed it up. Do you want to write on Bert? I messed up the names.
What's a bird?
I am Bert.
Oh. No thanks.
Okay.
But you watch as this tiny creature kind of like turns around.
Okay, follow me. Try to be quiet. They can't see me, but they can see you.
I'm going to
Speak-
nod sagely again because, of course, they can't see a ghost.
You are seeing.
Hold on. Who are they and where are they?
They're criminals, and they are everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Merp's gonna be satisfied with that. Let's let's go.
Oh my god, that's good enough.
Yeah,
Good
that's
enough.
just, he's not getting it, baby.
Is this hall just like a straight hallway, like no like alcoves or anything?
No cover.
Yep. No cover. Immediately, it's just like we will get shot to death.
Yeah.
I feel bad about Merp having to interact with my nay intelligence. Except for the part where I
was
make
just gonna-
it feels like we're all a paragon of a stat. We got a high charisma, high dex, high strength, high int, and then my middling wisdom.
We don't have a paragon of wisdom in this team.
Listen, I had
It's
to split
bad time.
focus since I built a strength-based monk.
Yeah.
Hot was gonna like
We do
kind of
like
like
a
hold
claw.
up against the wall, trying to hide still, away from the pass, and then pick up the rear again.
I'll pick up the rear again. Yeah, sure.
I'm
no
gonna move
problem.
forward in a crouch because nobody's gonna see me.
Okay, is anyone gonna? If anyone would like to, please roll a stealth check. If you are moseying about.
Are we sure we can't keep my earlier one? I actually did pretty
You
good
can't-
considering it's.
You did do really good,
No,
but now
no,
you did.
okay.
You get it. I know. I'm sorry.
I don't believe you.
Oh, okay.
Did I roll the same damn thing?
That's
I did.
insane.
I rolled
think
the
you
same
did.
damn thing.
You did. Fucking incredible. As you guys are walking, you guys watch as this as Nap takes a few steps before it seems like he just kind of fades out again. You can still see the rabbit kind of dangling in his arms as he walks, but otherwise he is fully gone. And the team starts to stealthily make their way through this hallway. I am going to roll something really quickly. Just to check. All right. As you are walking down. Oh, what's up?
Can Tahatla, like, as he's holding up the rear, check for like random hidden doors along the way?
Sure, it would likely slow you down, so you could possibly.
He's cool with that. It's a straight hallway.
It's cool with that.
There's
All right,
no
yeah.
way he can get lost.
Okay, so
It is mine.
that's a good point. Where it's like
another
I'll just look
five different
forward
hallways.
and they'll be there. It'll be fine. Yeah, investigation.
Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. And however far back he falls, he will slow down as he's doing these investigations. Just kind of like,
When we get to the hallway with all the Scooby-Doo doors, you're gonna feel very foolish.
I almost clicked intimidation.
Do doors.
All right.
Amazing.
Just demand they
Okay,
show
yeah.
themselves.
How are you going about this again? You described it, and I immediately was waiting for the roll, so I'm sorry.
I think he has his like his fingers like gently like running along the wall, like waiting for scales or something to like catch a seam or anything along
Yeah.
those lines. And like every now and then he'll stop and he'll just like, okay, no, that was a normal crack.
just taking a look. You are starting to notice that the seams within the wall and the cracks of sort of like the cobblestone that's sort of making up even the sides of these walls here don't necessarily match up with what you're feeling. It is stone, but it's like the seams just don't match. It's just like you're feeling them, but visually there's not one. And then when you see one visually, and you I almost said mouse over it, and you hover over it, that one is smooth instead. And as you are going, you feel probably like 2 or 3 doors that you just do not see.
Oh boy.
Decision-making time.
I don't know how well Tahatla understands illusion magic. I'll leave that to you and the Great One. Is that say right? The Guardian. Damn it! Every time.
Oh, the Guardian. I was like, who's the Great One?
Great
The Guardian.
I
Okay.
should be wanted a ruling rod from me just for that title, honorific.
But I guess he would try to like, if he was smart enough to if he knew of it, he would try and figure out if he couldn't decipher like where, if there's like a pattern that associates with the door, if it's like an illusion magic spell.
With your background and your investigation check, you would recognize that this is certainly illusion. That is just being like, this is magic of some kind. You don't know where it's stemming from, but that it is simply consistent. And again, you got a high investigation check, so I think you'd also be able to kind of piece together that whatever happened with Ladlow, he was able to see through those illusions effortlessly. But it looks like anyone else is having trouble with that at the moment.
I think at a certain point he's gonna pause the group, like kind of, because he's a little bit faster, so he'll kind of speed back up and catch up and be like, I think we need to discuss something.
Yes. What?
I have further evidence to believe Ladlow was an imposter. I have found at least 3 doors. He's trying to whisper, but I'm going to carry on a normal voice. I've found at least 3 doors that don't match their surroundings.
There are secret doors, and so Ladlow is bad.
Why could he see them?
Why did he not trigger traps? This is question for thieves.
He could be part dwarf.
I think just to kind of prove his point, he's gonna, if there's a door next to him, he's gonna open it and be like, see?
How can you see doors? And also, I'm gonna look to see if there's anyone behind it.
Just for clarification, you're opening the door. Like, if there is one next to you, you're
if
opening
there's
it.
one next to them, like if at the first door he feels, he's just gonna see.
I need a luck roll, so go ahead and hit me with a d20 to start.
I'm gonna tell
And
you
then
I
I'll need a-
really am throw hands, so...
Please tell me it's a bathroom. I really want this to be a bathroom.
I needed a D. I had this fun little mechanic where obviously you can run into a lot of things when you're down here. So your luck roll is positive for me, which means I'm gonna have you roll on the luck table to see what the fuck awaits you on the other side of this door. So
Bathroom,
please,
bathroom.
Flandy, roll me a D12.
Do it. A Groot slang, bring it on.
A Groot slang.
She's in a closet.
Just fucking.
Yeah, what's going on with my
out.
rolls today? I'm doing not normal for Tatla.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. So you open the door and go, see? The rest of you, anyone who I guess even wants to look in or is close enough.
He's not looking either. It's just a.
Fucking Exhibit A. Could be our death. We don't know yet. The door that you open immediately is very small room on the other side. Very, very dark, though. You don't see a lot of lit torches as you do see in this hallway. It is darker, and I think everyone kind of immediately tenses up and goes quiet before footsteps approach the dark doorway from what you can make out. The first thing you see is sort of a very large green hand kind of coming across the doorway, just kind of leaning over to peek down. You're able to make out the face of a fully orcish woman leaning down to look into the doorway, likely about Bert's height. Very imposing figure here, but mostly cloaked. She has a hood over her face for the most part, but you can still see her very dark green eyes looking over everyone for a second.
Are you criminal or
lost?
prisoner?
I feel like Tyler's like, why is everybody looking at me?
I'm so sorry, I spoke over you, Foos, so I didn't hear what you were saying.
No, you're good. just, are you lost?
No.
Yes.
You can see, like, for those who have, like, a decent insight, if you have a bonus of, like, +3 in your insight, which would make your passive about a 13 or so, one hand is in that doorway. The other hand just seems to be reaching towards her back.
I have a crossbow trained on it right now. Like, don't do it!
I think at this point, Tyler's gonna look at her and then hearing the question posed, and he's just gonna try and like cover with not exactly a lie. He's like, "We were being escorted by one Ladlow. He has been separated from us, and none of us can see properly."
So cute.
Deception check from you, please.
Oh, come on. That's 90% true.
Well, that 10% is what calls it a deception. Come on, that's exactly why the role you said is necessary.
90% honest. That's all that matters. I forgot your fucking...
What the fuck?
You are doing so well today. What is happening?
It's the disadvantage. It's the disadvantage coming back.
That's true. That was Ryland's curse too.
Yeah.
Every
He
time
did
you had
really good with
disadvantage, you were
disadvantage
like
rolls for some reason.
fucking double digits each time, which most of the time you can't do on a flat roll. So
That's a
but
-1. Woo!
I know, it's incredible.
He still failed, though.
As you are
Get outta
saying
here,
this,
Dennis.
you see her eyes kind of squint for a second, and then, oh, you're definitely not supposed to be here, are you? But neither am I. I'm doing something, so if you want to carry on, I won't be in your business.
Oh, I have no way of knowing this. I have a question, and I think I know the answer, but I'm...
Sure.
Is that Cadrona's mama?
This does seem to be Corvira in the hallway. But you don't know who
unrelated.
that is.
I will say, with the insightful fighting,
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, hold on. I have one. That's what it is. Bam. Yeah. Can I do that one? Ear for deceit.
I don't know why I read that as something else. Okay, ear for deceit, right? I read that as hair for deceit. I don't know why. Oh, okay, yeah. So, what are you trying to insightfully
I think
glean
he's
here?
getting the vibe that like this person is also like, like kind of on our team, but not really. Like,
Kind of.
definitely not
He did
supposed to. Like,
just
he wants
say,
to make sure that's
I'm
true.
not supposed to be here either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He wants to make sure it's true, and not like a. Just kidding. I'm gonna call the cops right now.
Gotcha. Go for it. Who is this man? I don't know him.
Shut up, Dennis.
Incredible. You see her eyes kind of squinting on the rest of the team, and it initially went from a threat assessment to instead a sort of trying to suss out the team. Whatever aggression was kind of in her body language initially, it's kind of melted a little bit. But at this point, you can see she seems to be in a hurry.
I think he's just gonna ask really quickly, seeing this, and be like, "It seems we might have similar agendas." And he's gonna try his best to wink, because he heard that's what you're supposed to do.
You don't have eyelids. You're a snake. How are you winking?
That's why I said try to wink.
Do you like mush your own eye down?
And he's gonna ask, like, do you have a way to see through this illusion? My method's more tactile.
There's only one way I know for you to see through it consistently. You need to get marked.
He's gonna look through the group and see if anybody, if that like sparks a, aha, I know what that is.
As that happens, you hear kind of like the skeletal footsteps of Nap walking back in.
Oh, I'm taking. My brother can mark them. That's where we're going.
And at that point, you see Corvira kind of look down for a second, and then I guess you follow the little one.
Thank you. And he's gonna gently close the door.
she's kind of closing it for you.
Well, just like
super done with this conversation. I need you to go. But the door closes, and you guys are left in the hallway again. For meta information, my husband's character when he was playing with us was a half-orc, and his mama is doing some shit in the background, usually finding some stuff out. So we just
to be
ran into
vigilanting
her right now. She's a vigilante, yeah, for sure.
Nubs, I almost shot your mama.
You've been in combat with her before. You know she'd be fine.
Oh, she beat the brakes off me. I'm glad I didn't. But it's...
it would reflect and hit you right in the
goodness.
eyeball and make you blind for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I forgot to, but this is the
That
artwork
was
I used for her,
restoration.
so you guys can take a look.
Yeah.
But that lady opened the door for you.
As soon as you described it, the back of my head, it's like, that's Cochona's mama.
yeah. There's people who are doing some stuff in here while you guys are here too. So there's a fun chance to run into some shit. I didn't expect you to open a random door immediately, but here we are.
Having forgotten
How
that
is
the door was somehow to prove Ladlo wasn't good, I'm assuming that it was to have that interaction. Go right, and I'm back to following this kid.
Oh no!
Don't bring a hammer if you don't want things nailed.
Oh man.
But the door closes and you are free to continue following this ghostly child. I think this is probably a good part for us to take a quick break before we get too late, because I feel like I always take it in the last hour and then we're just like a little bit of time is left after that. So we'll say it is 8:52. We'll be back at 9:02-ish. We'll take a 10-minute break. We'll be back.
90210.
Come join us as Nap continues to lead you guys through this wonderful place. We'll be back in 10. Bye.
live.
Hi,
What now?
we're live. We're back. Post break riff. God damn it. We're keeping the counter going. We're here. We are back with our almost a difficult terrain. Task Team M. We are continuing as the team is being led by a ghost child. Opened up a door at random, and thankfully it was not a bad situation to run into. But got to see another person who's not supposed to be here. But otherwise, you guys are continuing onward, following this guide of yours. So,
I feel like it's
with
two
you-
people trying to rob something. They're like, "You cool? You cool? All right, you cool, but you be cool over there. We're gonna be cool over here."
Exactly. You robbing, we're robbing too. Just don't get in my way. You carry on. I will do the same. Very much those vibes after the initial, like, who the fuck is... Okay, cool. All right, cool. But you guys continue down this hallway. Because there was a bit of an interruption as you did open this and then engage in conversation, I do believe I will need some new stealth rolls for the rest of this trip, essentially. I say trip, but it's literally just...
No, I did this to myself.
Yeah, you did do this to yourself. Pretty good so far, though. Look at this. All right.
Damn it.
Then as we need you to disappoint everyone, if you don't mind.
Hold on 1 second.
You can get another 20.
You
Yeah,
good.
he had a good roll last time.
If you could stop making those of us who have disadvantage re-roll our fucking stealths, I'd appreciate that.
Don't wear
I
heavy
just
armor.
managed to you, bitch.
You're gonna, yeah, the one who gave himself voluntary disadvantage is the one who prompted this roll, so you can yell at him. It's not my fault. But you guys continue onward. A little less stealthy this time, but still continuing onward. Thankfully, the average is good enough for you to continue. But it is probably a minute or two of walking down this straight hallway, and the end still doesn't seem to be in sight. It still feels as though it just goes straight in one direction and the other. There's no doors or anything. It just feels like it just kind of fades off into obscurity. But eventually, you see the kind of spectral vision of the child kind of wink back in and out, and then finally a little bit more opaque. This one. Open the door. He's here.
I'll open the door.
As you turn the doorknob and push it open. The other rooms all felt more or less kind of as though it were in the same sort of atmosphere. This one, as you open it, you can immediately feel sort of like a pressurization almost, like wind kind of comes rushing through the door for a moment. Not enough to knock you over or anything, just enough to kind of ruffle your hair and your clothes for just a second. There's the smell of sort of fresh air, and certainly not desert air. This feels like it's in a completely different location, but it does seem as though you are in a room of some kind. It is a little bit dimmer than the hallway, but towards the center of it, you can see sort of like some glowing, what maybe look like stones or crystals from the distance. But initially, you recognize this room is completely circular. And there seem to be stairs that you are currently standing on. But you can step into this room, and you can see that there seems to be construction or something happening in this tower that you find yourself in the middle of. And as you step in, the child kind of runs past you, making an immediate break to the left, in which you get to see a taller, much taller figure with sort of pointed ears, but completely covered in a mask at the moment, but hood on, mask on as well, but wearing leather armor from what you can make out, and holding what looks like almost like a wand, something that's a little bit shorter, watching each of you come in. Could you close the door behind you?
That level of oblige.
Closes the door. You watch as what looks to be also, I'm laughing now. This was a character before this came up, but now that it did, it will always make me laugh. Since tabaxi are obviously, like cats and such, I like the idea of having one of the furless cats as a tabaxi, so he is fully like skin. But there's a lady I started following on Instagram because she has a bunch of the skin cats basically, and his name is Nudicrous, and so now whenever I see like nude cat. I think I'm new to Chris because he's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, Sphinx tabaxi, exactly. So it's a Sphinx. But as you step in, the fully covered, pretty much Sphinx looks in your direction. I kind of feel like I should start with apologizing. I think my first mark may have gotten your friend in some trouble.
You were the one who marked them and made them everyone very confused about their presence.
I did try to mark you too, but I was caught and then didn't know how to explain myself, so I did get the one, and I figured that would be enough to help.
Tal is like, if he had eyebrows, man, they'd be like,
So squinty.
I mean, he did in the planning stage, and then you got rid of him.
Are you also Ghost?
No?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Who's not asking? I know you are not Ghost.
No.
You see him kind of like pat himself. No, not a ghost.
He's corporeal. Or,
He's covered. Ghost's child is clearly Ghost. This could be Ghost in disguise.
This ghost is trying to help us, so maybe we accept its help for now.
Oh, I am perfectly fine helping Ghost. I am curious on whether I am helping Ghost or later things.
we've been contracted to kind of put a stop to the evil shenanigans that are going here. I imagine you're trying to do the same?
Kind of. I'm not interested in anything that is happening down here, if that's, I guess, first question. But I am trying to help whoever I can, and I was heard more or less through a few contacts that Mukami may be sending some, and attempted to make traversing this space a little bit easier. But I don't know exactly what you're doing. I just wanted to make sure it was easy for you to get around, as I was asked. But what is your goal? What is your destination in here?
We are looking for someone.
A contact who went missing here.
Okay, well, if people go missing and they end up here, they usually end up in one of two places, and neither are fantastic. The first, and probably most common, is if they don't seem to have anything particularly special, then there's an arena of sorts, where if they are not good combatants, then they will be good fodder. And then if they actually do have any kind of, I'm not entirely sure what, but if whoever is here sees something that they actually can use, then they go for the experiments.
Experiments.
As much as it would bring me much joy to go to this arena, I am thinking that if they were worth stealing from Mukami, then they are worth experimenting upon.
Unfortunately, agree.
That's a much harder situation to break into. Who exactly are you looking for?
Gives description we got.
DM, here's the information you gave to us. Right back at you. No, that's great. Oh, actually, let me have him roll to see something. Sorry. Takes a second. I can't say I've seen such a person. I haven't exactly been keeping my eyes out, though. The arena is at least easy enough to blend into. If you're going for the experiments, it's a very special location, I guess. Only certain people are allowed. Why are you laughing, Dennis? What is happening? Oh no.
I don't want to ruin the moment more than I already have. You go.
No, you're good. Look, you're fine. You are good.
All right, if lab is special place for special people, we will ask nicely. And then if that does not work, we will ask not so nicely.
So you mean Ladlo wasn't a counter spy?
No.
If that was the bugbear, then no. I did find him asleep outside of Mukami's and marked him so that he could make his way through. He was unaware.
Oh, you are why trap did not work.
Yes.
Don't worry. Not lost sight of that.
How did you almost get caught?
He looks at Bumick. He's just perceptive when sleeping, I guess.
What?
Best to be aware of your surroundings at all times.
If that's the case, why not just help us from the get-go? Why make sneaky show?
It was a lot to explain, and I still don't necessarily have all the answers for you. I don't imagine you'd be welcoming a magic brand upon request.
Atla's just like, he's arms crossed, like super duper, like mean mugging.
Mm-hmm.
Brand's hurt. Do not recommend.
Brand more in the marking sense, not in the painful sense.
I feel like this is a place where words don't mean anything.
It doesn't matter where you place mark.
We tend to hide it as best we can. Ladlo, I have on the back of his shoulder.
Well, do we need mark? Can you mark? Still?
I can. If anyone is willing, then I will do so.
I mean, is there downside?
If anyone does recognize it and they're not affiliated with whatever's happening down here, you are now marked as a criminal.
Oh. The hot lab. Would you like mark?
No, absolutely not. No, you're a very nice snake, and I think you try your best.
I think he's gonna, like, when you say very nice snake, I think some of his old ways are gonna lash out, and he's gonna, like, do the big brother, like.
That's more or less my point. You're a little impulsive.
It will make your journey much easier, but you will probably need some significant magic help to remove it.
He looks over the crew, and he's just gonna kind of like, think out of all of you, I'm probably the easiest one to explain mark away.
I am also already technically a branded criminal in most places.
Wait, you said that? You are? I think Todd was just like, his world is shattering in front of him. Atlo wasn't actually a bad guy. This nice-ass turtle who feeds us all the time is apparently a super-duper wanted criminal. Todd's like, my internal meter of good and wrong is fucked. What is the Guardian doing to me?
I've learned nothing, Guardian!
Christ, no.
And I'm all out of ideas.
But if nobody else will talk, we'll step up to take the mark and to the to Merp or Burp, whichever one you are. I don't know. Yep.
There was no T's in either of them. Usually you get them. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It's like, well, I'm getting one. If you want one too, then let's go.
I'm in a legitimate business in the city. I can't be associated with criminals.
I think you'd see Bert trying to say, like, where could I fit a mark on myself?
No, you don't need one. You're scary as it is.
I will also take one then.
So, 2 more.
In the end, these tunnels will be useful.
Where would you like it?
Lower back.
Do not get a tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp.
I want to point out part of what Bert was doing is like, where would I even get this if I got it? Like, 'cause he's covered in shit. So.
He is. He is.
I feel like Tahatla's gonna like find a place that's like inconspicuous and pull up like some old scales and be like, under these.
Is it on your arm or like?
I imagine like probably like inner arm, like something like relatively like easy to kind of conceal if you needed to.
Okay. And then looks at Bumic. And you?
He'll take a spot on his shoulder that's usually covered. And where his arm can technically like sink into his shell a little bit more. If he like, just needs to have a shorter arm for
Hide it. Yeah, sure. As a turtle, you can be like, just get in there. So there's a full shell covering it. But you see him kind of reach into one of his pouches and take out what looks to be a coin attached to a chain of some kind. It almost looks like it should be a necklace or a pendant of some kind, but is instead on this instead. So I'll get started with the snake, I suppose. And he steps up, waits for you to kind of move your scales, however.
There's a lot of
presses
disrobing involved with leathers and undershirts and
presses the coin against you and starts to chant. Although each of you have heard spell casting before, have plenty of languages under your belt, this doesn't sound like intelligible words. It almost just sounds like gibberish. But it's short. Didn't even say that right.
You didn't even get that correct. What? Get out!
she said it was
Get
gibberish.
Oh my god. Anyway, you don't even feel sort of a heat or any kind of activation. It feels like he presses it against you, chants, and then as he pulls it away, there's a part of you that's like, is that it? But as you go to look down at that spot, you see the letters V and V in that spot.
Ew! No! Ew! No! Foos! No!
You agreed to this!
Never mind, I changed my mind! Take it back!
Too late.
Take back your stupid 17!
Then looks towards Bumic. Ready?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I'll do the same, chanting in that strange sort of gibberish. Tahatla, please roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Sorry, I was posting a meme. He said intelligence saving throw. That's
Yep.
not an ability check.
Everything.
So.
So it is a flat roll, yeah, not a disadvantage. We love this. Okay, yeah, no. There's parts of what he's saying that for a moment felt like, wait, I kind of understand, and then it went straight back into gibberish again. But you felt like maybe some of those secrets were possible for you to understand, but it kind of slips through your fingers, unfortunately. But he finishes the chant and retracts the coin, and you as well notice the V.V. sort of blackened looking tattoo within your scales. Initially, for the both of you, as it is first appearing on your skin or scales, scales for both of you actually, it looks vibrant and dark and pigmented and just as black as can be. But the more time it sits, the more it seems like it's just kind of fading into your coloration there. It's still there, visible to those who are looking for it, but it's otherwise hard to find.
And what is your goals in this place?
Persuasion, actually. I was gonna have him speak, but I think he's gonna be a little hesitant. That's a good roll. That's a very good roll. I'm so used to most of my players being like, persuasion, here's a 4. So you are breaking all the rules that I'm used to.
Oops.
No, please do not apologize. This is amazing. But you see him look down at Nod or Nap for a second and then back at you. Trying to find out what happened, I guess. See if I can reverse some things that I've witnessed.
Were they an experiment?
Yeah.
My brain keeps jumping on the Ryan, and I'm like, I'm getting so much info. I'm like, no, never mind, not him. Go away.
You'll play him in a few days.
Not, but I shouldn't have.
Oh, goodness. That is one thing I do not envy from some of my players who are in my main campaign, because like in some of the side quests, they get more information that the main campaign doesn't have. So it's like, this is fascinating. I can't do anything with this information. It just dies with this character as we end this short series. But yes, you do get the affirmative. You see his hand kind of reach down to set his hand on the ghost child's shoulder for a moment.
I'm no expert. And he's trying his best, like he's remembering the Guardian, be like, be nice to others or I would destroy you. It's like... But that is usually irreversible.
Usually, but it's also... This is unusual in what it is as well.
Thinking of all the creatures he's experienced in the desert and never seeing anything quite fucked like this, he's like, agreed.
I've seen some shit, so I'll let this slide. That's what that is.
Do you then know the way to the experiment place?
I can give you directions to either location if you need. I will not be joining you, though.
You do not need to, but direction, I think, is good.
I think the experiment location is our best start.
I suggest you
say-
go in with a plan of some kind, at least. You will get caught, and there are powerful magic users in that space.
Magic user easy. Breakjaw, they cannot cast spell.
Get close enough to break jaw first.
Not
that's
true. I can cast spells and I don't. Never mind.
For some spell, you have to also break finger.
Okay.
What?
In any case, I will say that I do think experiment makes the most sense, but he's right in that we will blend into arena perhaps better. It may be if we go to experiments and are wrong, we cannot then do arena. But if we go to arena first, we will not spoil chance of experiment. It's just thought. I am on board with experiment plan.
How do we leave Arena?
Depends on how you go in, I guess, is the most important question. Should you go in as a combatant, that's a little bit more difficult. Should you go in as... What'd you say?
He said my point.
My point. Oh, okay, gotcha. If you arrive as, say, another part of the crowd, there is always an audience from various cities. Likely easier to blend in that way. But you will likely need an identity to lean on in order to be let in.
Looks at mostly reptile group. Tahatla's not good at hiding his face. You can clearly see he does not like this plan. But he's not saying anything. He's just being disgusted at the corner.
So, we're thinking about going into an arena?
I am thinking experiment make more sense, just that we may not get second chance for arena if we wanted to do this.
I like experiment. I think we can do that.
It makes sense to me also. How do we get?
All right. There are a few rooms that you'll need to pass along the way. The first is... Sorry, the gift that Flandy posted is equal parts adorable and hilarious.
Menacing Foos.
No, you're so cute. Look at that little snake. Okay, sorry. I'm very distracted because it is super, super cute. Let me see him start to speak again. There was initially a hall in which it kind of looks towards most of the group. I do believe they are siphoning parts of the infinite into that space, but for the most part it is empty. You'll need to walk past that. Eventually you'll come across a room in which it is guarded, and it is where they dispose of the failed experiments. You'll need to get past that room. There's only one other door other than your entrance to continue on from there. From there, you'll reach the study, which is where most of the experiments happen. If they're particularly special, there's a room that I have not ever seen, but it is linked to that study. Big doors, can't miss it.
You know, earlier when Flandy was having to dump info he's not supposed to have out of his head, I was very quietly smug. I was like, see, I'm too new to the campaign. That's not gonna happen to me. Now people are siphoning things into places. I'm like, I'm offended to my core as someone else.
Yes! You're siphoning the infinite, and you're like, you're also so mad right now! You don't even know!
I don't also, this already happened for him.
Yeah.
Could still be happening though.
Mm-hmm.
The infinite is just infinitely draining.
I mean, good news is, if you subtract infinity from infinity, it still equals infinity. So it's not good, but it's not, horrible.
Is it equal infinity or zero?
Infinity.
You think it's zero, my guy.
We can do high level math after the stream.
It doesn't run out. Doesn't matter how much you take away from infinity, there's still more. Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Point is, well,
That's like the if you ever had the infinite hotel dilemma, where like you have an infinite amount of rooms and then you have like a bus that has an infinite amount of people in it. How do you find a room for them all? And you just ask everybody to move down one room and then put people in. Now you have, yeah. Anyways, That's what's going on right now.
I think that he's more than helpful than all that we could ask for. If we are to leave you, I should really address. I can help with moving on. This is Ghost.
You'll watch as the hand that was on the kid's shoulder kind of moves to the chest, almost kind of in a protective, pushing behind him stance.
It's not a bad thing. When we pass, we move to a new place.
No, I get it. It's there could be, if he's released now, I don't think he's gonna go where he belongs.
Why would you think this?
That's a very long story.
I tried to tell him about the souls getting recycled and tangled and stuff, but he thought that the deities would do stuff.
Souls and the afterlife are the purview of greater beings. We
Agreed,
should not
but
be lingering.
I don't disagree with you, sir. It's just sometimes out of untoward forces will snatch them before the gods get them.
He sounds like Murphy is disagreeing.
Respectfully,
At
of
this
course.
at this point, the child is like fully behind him now. It's just
No, I'm not trying to. Yeah, no, it's
I think Tahatla at this point, seeing all the unrest, first off, I don't think he understands this whole thing. I don't think they can believe in that shit. Maybe they do. Yeah, okay. So he's like, "You guys are fucking insane." He just opens the door and goes to leave.
and then, like, as you open the door, you do see his mouth open again from underneath his mask. Did you perhaps want some of the expectations of the arena in case you wind up going in that direction as well? Or are you planning only to go to the experiments?
Closes the door, waits for a response. He didn't ask to leave the door shut, so he's gonna be respectful. He just sees him getting defensive of this kid and like talking about sending it to justice and all that bullshit. He's just like, no, y'all are fucking weird.
Whoops, I did not mean to click that. Sorry, I'm experimenting with this. I don't know what is going on with the way. Lost all the hearts. Anyway, sorry.
I'll go back to that. I meant Lahardit. Which one was it? Was it Uprising?
No, oh, well, the one we were just on was Quiet Before
Yeah.
the Storm. Okay, sorry, we're doing music stuff. Our music room is doing new things, so we're experimenting with them as we go through this. as
Oh,
well.
it's putting it in order by hearts.
Oh, we're experimenting here? That means the guy we're looking for is probably here. I roll an investigation.
me too.
Okay. Anyway,
Yours will be better
you-
than mine.
you see the cat just kind of start speaking again. If you do go towards the arena, it depends on what direction you take. And he starts kind of describing two different ways in which you can approach it. The first being by way of being a contestant yourself in the arena, which he starts describing. Once you get through that first door, there is a shorter hallway that eventually ends up in said arena. Littered with guards, but there are also an incredible amount of prisoners. The first door is where you will find most of the creatures, various animals that they capture for said arena. The one after that will be the prison for the more humanoid-shaped prisoners, I suppose. But all of which are meant to be in the arena. Should you slip in there, it would be easy enough to pretend to be one. But should you take the other route, then you will be walking your way through a very cushy-looking lounge in which you will need to pass by the guards who will ask who you are and who sent you and why you are here. And it looks at Murph bringing up both of his crossbows. It's just, and will only let you in if they approve of said information. But from there, you will be in the stands. should you find your way through the arena, you will be fighting likely in the arena.
There was a person who fought us at the entrance of this place. Powerful individual with some sort of psychic abilities, some teleportating abilities. Are you aware of this one?
Yeah. You ran into him, but I imagine he ran away?
Yes.
All right. In which case, you will probably find him in the experiments section.
Excellent. We wanted to kill him anyway.
Do you have his name?
I don't normally, he's one of the more important ones. If you see him, then, not a lot of them give names, always. There's about 4 or 5 that are particularly important. He's one of them. There is a hobgoblin woman who keeps track of the prisoners, so to speak.
Those owlbears.
You don't know that.
Educated guess.
There's also, I assume he's a tiefling, but I'm not entirely sure. He is often involved with the experiments, but not always. You may find him on your way in. There's also a human woman, although I'm pretty sure she's not human. Wizard, and she is often interested in the experiments as well. You're more likely to find those 3 there. The hobgoblin in the other, and the 5th is very hard to find and usually doesn't want to be found. So I doubt you will run into that one.
What does he look like, just in case? You never know.
He is, from what I've heard, at least, a winged creature of some kind. I haven't set eyes on him myself, but green skin and wings. That's all I've been told.
Green skin, wings. Big, small?
Size wasn't necessarily discussed. I imagine average.
Okay.
What is average, Murphy?
For humanoids, like 5-ish to 6 feet.
Like little man?
Little to you, yes. All right, so we're gonna go to experiment, possibly go to the arena and kill some people and free the beasts and the people. And we have a lot of work.
I'm just rambling. Tyler just opens the door again and says, "Thanks."
Could you? I try not to hit any traps on the way out.
I will now.
I will mention, you are absolutely going to run into some interference within the
Close the door again.
the room in which they deposit the bodies. I apologize. You are welcome to leave. I'm just preparing you for what is up ahead.
Tyler's just assuming that he's giving us all the information, so the more we keep getting, he's just like, "Oh, there's."
There's more information. Sorry, what were you saying?
Is there
John?
different interference than guards you said are in the room where they dump body?
The bodies are strange. Just don't touch them. If you can.
Are they like dead?
Yes, they're mostly skeletons, but I'm not sure. There have been strange things happening with them sometimes. If anyone makes contact, sometimes I guess what I can only describe as madness can take hold.
Did you hear that, Tatla?
Glares at you.
Don't touch them.
Okay, so don't touch the bodies. May or may not be guards.
Make an intelligence check right now to see how well he remembers this.
And maybe the rude man from the beginning we might run into. Or green winged fiend creature of average build and nondescript
That one, I
features.
would be surprised if you ran into. Well, you were in the. He does his best to not be found. If you find him, then you have shaken this tree irreversibly.
That's what we're here to do.
Yes, we might run into many things, but we will run into nothing if we do not leave this room.
What
Agreed.
tree?
For
We're
clarification,
free.
are you planning on rescuing everything? Everyone?
Well,
It's
We shall see what we can do.
No.
Nah. Just quick, out the gate, no. It would be difficult, but not impossible. But very difficult. Alright. Well, I guess that's all the information you need.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Turns the handle, doesn't open yet because he's learning.
He's ready.
It's just the Flandy of NPCs. As soon as you think you have a timestamp, he's got one more thing.
Got one more thing. Yeah,
Take
he's got
that,
it.
Joe.
He's ready to go.
Glad to see you finally earned your keep around here.
Finally.
That was amazing. I was gonna tack on to that, but we can move on. Unless anyone has any more questions.
No, we're good.
Then I do believe you will head out. So, from what I heard, it sounds as though we are heading towards the experiment side first. Correct?
Yes, and yes, and yes, and
All
yes.
right. Is there any attempt to be stealthy? If so, you can roll me stealth checks. If you are
God
just
damn it.
walking on by,
Are there any
you
shadows in
know,
this
yeah.
hallway now? Or is now that there's
No,
things
there are
it's
torches
visible
in front.
and there's
Nope.
no can we snuff out a torch? Do I hide and
nice
keep
and
moving?
nope.
I mean, if you're mad about a stealth check there, Dennis, you can just not roll one. No one's making you roll a check you're bad at.
My man, I weigh
let's go.
35 pounds. There's no way I'm not gonna try to still.
I will also mention we are about 10 minutes away from ending this episode, so if there is a roll you want to add your d20s to that expire tonight, just keep that in mind. As we
I do have a
get closer
D4.
to it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you have d4 as well.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
D4. I can make that a 17. Hold up.
yeah. Bird. Oh, bird.
I can make that a 17. Someone say bird, please.
Amazing.
So,
Oh, man, Buick.
I got it.
Oh,
20.
God. These two
20,
are...
22, 20, 6, 8.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a fair point. I forget. Did either of you use your d20s?
Oh yeah.
Not yet, but I'm gonna need to probably save, the snake when he steps in this trap or slithers into the trap.
He slithers into the trap.
Listen, it was the
Um,
scientific process.
He's immune to the traps now.
He is. I was gonna say, as you guys are stepping out. Oh, thank you for the D4. Appreciate it. As you are stepping back out into the hallway, immediately for Bumik as well as Tahatla, you are starting to see doors that were just not visible to you before. And even as you step out of this one and close the door behind you, you can still see the seam and the knob. It's not blatantly obvious, like it's not like the door is wooden, even though it is. Like the color of it still seems like it's blending in with the hallway itself, but you can absolutely see the handles and such. It would be very difficult for you to miss anything at this point. But it is also making you very much aware of how many entrances there are in this hallway. And considering how long it is almost mind-boggling to imagine how many places it connects to. The place you were just in that tower, was in some city of some kind. You don't know where, but who's to say where the rest lead? However, you did get very specific directions, and with 2 of you able to make out how many doors, he did seem to give his directions in doors, essentially. How many down on the left, how many down on the right, being able to follow through that. Once you do open one of them, it seems as though the rest of the rooms are connected from said door. But, the first room that you'll be stepping into was one that was described as being sort of siphoning parts of the infinite out. Who would open the door first, actually? Considering you guys are walking through the hall again.
As we get up to the door, I will turn to the group. I have a plan to potentially make it so we don't get attacked immediately. If there are people in here.
I feel like Kahala was reaching for the door and then paused.
Do we have a plan, or are we saying you had a plan?
I have a plan.
I'd love to hear it.
I asked this guy's self to become the guy we fought at the front door.
Ooh, okay. Fantastic.
Stab them
like
immediately
internal
because they don't
fight
understand
better.
what's happening.
No.
Totally.
Watches him cast disguise self, stabs him anyway. You could be a stranger.
It was the bad guy in disguise all along.
If
Oh my God.
Bill was correct, most people wouldn't really question this individual being around in the experiment area.
It's disappointing to think less criminals will have to be treated with violence, but will probably help us reach goal.
Or allow us to surprise those criminals.
I like this plan.
Awesome. So, with you now appearing as this human male, opening up the door, immediately there is sort of a burst of cool air that hits everyone's skin as soon as you walk in, and it feels and smells fresh. It's rejuvenating and refreshing, and it is the water of the infinite that seems to be strangely kind of falling into this room. And it looks as though perhaps the sides of this room is siphoning it from some other space, but up above, way higher, there seem to be just enormous tubes where the water is all kind of falling into this space. It almost sounds like a waterfall just from the sheer mass of water that is falling into this space. The center walkway remains walkable and dry, but it is so much like the infinite, it almost feels as though you are kind of sitting on the beaches of it, if you have been there before. But before you is an enormous staircase that works its way up, far too wide and big for any kind of regular transportation. But it is empty in here, and there are some stones, but otherwise mostly the water and the steps. Would you find yourself in this space? I did have a little map for this. Hold on. Just a quick reference.
We got maps.
Where? We got
Oops.
maps! Except, there it is. Okay. I was like, I forgot where it is. This is a gigundous map, so you'll probably need to zoom out a little bit to take a look.
Dehance.
Dehance. It's two-hanced.
Tyler
Happens from
too
time
much
to time.
hands in here.
Did I hear ribs? No. Jesus, Flint. that bucket is doing nothing. Good God. Oh, man.
This is a lot of water.
Oh my god, this is completely unrelated, but I can't not share this because it's adorable. So enjoy.
Oh my God. I wasn't expecting the lights to turn off. All right. Plandy's sending gifts, and I'm getting distracted because my brain's tiny.
It had nothing to do with the search I was looking for, but it popped in there.
So I must share it. But yes, this is the first room you find yourselves in, knowing that if you continue forward through the large door in the center, that will lead you towards the room with the bodies that seem to be piled up there.
Jeez. Jesus.
Okay, be careful. Watch out for traps. Don't step in the water. We're just trying to get there in one piece.
All right, pushing into the next room. Before you get through this full sort of darkened doorway, only dark simply because it seems like it's another long tunnel with no torches this time. However, there does seem to be light at the end of this that is illuminated enough for you guys to kind of make out. There looks like a pit of some kind that's further up ahead. You can hear the sloshing of water both behind you and a little bit ahead of you as well. And while parts of the infinite seems to kind of waft into your nostrils at this point, there's also the unmistakable scent of decay. You work here, Vogley, but thank you. That is very sweet of you. But as you are stepping into this, you can also start to make out a few sort of torches and bonfires that are lit. And in this extremely wide open space, it looks as though it's almost like a tunnel, but in the center of the room it's circular, and it looks as though whatever walkway you're on just falls to pieces, and there's a pit in the center. Across that, you can make out a few figures, standing at the moment, but seemingly not looking in your direction.
What are they? What are we seeing? Are they humanoids? We got any winged bitches in there who need some arrows?
They all seem vaguely humanoid. They're quite a distance away, but they don't look. You don't see any wings from your distance.
Do I have any binoculars on me? I don't. Damn it.
I do have very good eyesight.
You do have very good eyesight.
Wait up, yeah.
What does
No
that
explanation.
mean?
Just
Yeah, I was like,
Just
is you
stated
gonna,
what I
you gonna
like.
say anything else, or is it just like my eyes are good?
I think he's about to post something. Or he's
Yeah,
looking-
yeah, 1 second.
I was waiting. Okay, there you go. Exoto Mayo. Oh, okay.
I have very good eyesight.
Oh my god.
oh shit. That is.
So these are the aspects. Those are the things that you can kind of like change and such, but I don't remember when and how you can change it. Can you double check that for me? I don't remember if it's like upon short rest at the end of the rest you can do it, or if it's just like you can do it whenever you want. Everyone's posting there.
I'm
Look at
gonna-
my eyes. My eyes are good.
In the 2014 totem, you just have them. You pick them once and you have them forever.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you can have more than one at the same time? I thought it was
Well,
like...
you get one at level 3, level 6, and level something. And each time it's a different.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. No, you're
Like
right.
he's a
you're
bear
right.
from level 3 and an eagle from level 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I took
Sounds good.
bear and then eagle, I believe.
Perfect. As long as you have it and you're good to go, then that is all that matters. But yes, you are able to kind of look across the way. Give me a perception check for me, please.
Look at Flandy almost being useful if he wasn't at fucking disadvantage.
All right, my perception ain't that great. Face.
Oh gosh.
Oh
Love
no!
you,
Someone, oh gosh!
I'll add a
Yes,
d20
okay.
to Bird's roll.
Good luck.
Okay. Sounds
Hi,
good.
Dams. I see you.
Thank you there.
Oh.
He's been popping in and out for a minute.
Yes.
Oh,
But that time he
God,
was looking
incredible.
for attention, so I had to give it to him.
Okay, so your perception gets bumped up to a 17 thanks to Rev's D20 roll with you. You are just looking at the beings across the way. Is that correct? For Bert?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You're able to make out 6 different bodies. From them, it looks like 2 or 3 are using a staff or a spear or a glaive of some kind. They're holding on to some kind of taller weapon from the distance that you can make out. They all seem to kind of be engaged in small groups of 2 or so, where they're just kind of either chatting or standing post, whatever it may be. But God damn, everyone's giving bits. Stop it. But none of them seem to acknowledge you at the moment. But certainly some of them have large weapons that you can see, while the others perhaps a little more subtle.
All right, cast exposition, and he would describe most of the weapons as pointy sticks.
There you go. Pointy sticks.
I do not think they see us. By the way, Doves just appeared 3 times.
Yeah. It's Beetlejuice in reverse. You see him 3 times, and then you say his name.
Yeah. Did they have dresses on?
DM, do they have dresses on?
2 of them have dresses on.
Yes, do.
Okay, we got 2 dresses. Some pointy sticks, so likely some kind of magic user, I imagine. Or really old men.
Big pointy stick. Big and pointy. Yeah.
How
seem
far
like
would you
doing
say they are, Foos?
Judging off of him and also, excuse me, I clicked the wrong thing. Don't mind the turn order coming up. They're probably about 300 feet away from you or so.
Okay, so Tahatla thinks this is a trap, especially with the pit in the middle. Do these side doors, are they real? Do they look like they go somewhere that might work? Or was it explained that this was no shit the only way across?
He just explained that center door is going to take you where you're trying to go. The other 2 likely lead to spaces, but if you're trying to get to the experiments, he gave you direct directions. You don't know where those other 2 go, but they do seem like they're doors.
Tahatla's gonna inspect this archway here, and like along the wall, and he's looking for a secret button to turn off the trap that he is 100% sure is there.
I'm giving you an investigation check.
It's a trap.
Can I do it real slow?
A trap. Yeah, your friends are taking their time and they're looking at. You're fine. Yeah, you can do it real slow.
Yay!
Okay, not bad. You are searching for a button to just deactivate a trap because that's how all traps work. There's always a button on a wall that's just ready to be like off.
Listen, he's still learning people, all right?
I know, this is just amazing. You do not find a button, unfortunately.
A lever?
But you
I'll
are
take a lever.
You are starting to kind of make out some of the runes that seem to be in the wall. And it almost looks like the longer you're staring at it, the more they're kind of rearranging themselves in your own vision. And as you're kind of looking over it, you're starting to recognize that they seem to be like names or something, but almost like in the pattern of the runes and all of the various designs that you see along the wall.
Under his breath, he's gonna say, "I knew it," and he's just trying to he's just studying this to see what's the off button, what deactivate. Like he's still like, what does it mean? I don't understand how name equals trap, but we're gonna figure this out. Why am I tracing with this finger?
Boys, your snake is just infatuated with this wall.
I just want to check. We seem to have stopped, and I do not know why.
I think he's trying to trigger the trap on himself. Given
He
previous...
cannot trigger trap. We've discussed this.
There's
writing.
I didn't say he was going to be successful.
Here somewhere.
I just said he was trying.
Why are we not continuing on?
It's a trap.
What is trap?
He's just like looking.
Oh my god!
I'm so sad. You can't see that on the stream.
No, you cannot. My husband is sneaking in and out. But he set this up because I was cooking, so it's not as like a tight corner as it normally is. But he tried to sneak basically out of the shower and was trying not to
You give us that corner back.
God.
Absolutely not.
What are you doing? Come back! No,
Give it back the corner!
Naruto run to try and stay out of
Dude,
camp.
he was Solid
Give
Snake
it back.
dubs. I've never seen Solid Snake dubs. That was amazing.
I only saw like the second half of it, so that's why I started dying.
I didn't
was
see
like,
any
what's
of it.
happening?
No, he's very successful.
Oh,
You
you
don't
missed
need to see
out.
anything. We're fine.
Joe rolled the net
stream is
one.
always cut off.
Happens a lot.
Oh
Uh,
gosh, that's true.
Anyway, so what is trap? What are we waiting for?
Oh, I think at this point, Hot was just like looking at you, and he's like, doing the Will Smith like.
Bumek has disguised himself to look like he is one of them. This is his whole point.
Does not deactivate traps.
There is not, they are standing there. If they were strapped, they would trigger. What? There are words?
He doesn't remember your name.
Words. We are never going to get anything done if we just stop in every room for many minutes.
Shut up! Read the wall!
Anything
For
right on the
rest
wall?
of you, for the
Look
rest
at
of
the
you,
wall.
Bumic, it takes a little bit of staring, but much like him, you actually watch as like names almost feel like they're kind of reconstructing themselves in front of you, and you can start reading some of them. The rest of you, this is a beautifully decorated wall. These runes and this little, it's almost like filigree is beautiful. It's carved into the stone immaculately.
There's nothing here to read.
There are names that seem to be seeable to at least the two of us.
Oh, the mark.
Bumic, while you're here, please roll me an investigation check. I will give this to you at
Oh.
advantage.
Investigation, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let's go!
You, my lovely smuggler, are very familiar with plenty of people who work underground, but you're also very familiar with sort of the governments that you avoid. Very important people, so to speak. And you're starting to pick up on or recognize some of the names. A good amount of them are from the city that you just came from, but you're not sure if that's simply because of like the area that you're in, or if perhaps majority of the names are of that city. But you absolutely recognize the names of the royal family, two of which had disappeared in that party, as well as the princess's name within the lines on the wall.
Interesting. Some of the names appearing here seem to be of officials and royalty of the city.
It is just list.
Which one deactivates off?
I'm still looking for the button.
I fear the thought law that this is not a trap activation or deactivation.
I will also mention, because you got a nat 20, and that's just juicy and delicious. You are also starting to recognize a few other names throughout the city, but the one that kind of pops out at you almost immediately, you do recognize Afternoon Nap inscribed along the walls.
His name straight up afternoon nap. I thought that was him as an example.
No,
Like nap,
it's
you know, like afternoon nap.
That's a Tabaxi thing. Yep.
Tabaxi's names are weird
No,
like that. They
they're like
usually
that.
I accept that. It's just funny. I thought it was.
No,
That's
his
why
name's
when
Afternoon
you
Nap.
typed it nap with a K and APP, I was like, that's what triggered it in my brain. Like, oh yeah, they are named.
They're
Just-
they're
yep,
goofy like that.
mhm,
Yeah.
that's his real name.
Kambish was
Okay.
weird, but that's because he's an
figured
orphan
it
who
was-
has no.
I figured it was
Tabaxi
nap.
culture.
I just didn't think afternoon was part of it. Okay.
This seems to be maybe a list of those targeted for experimentation or who have been experimented on. Our little ghost friend's name is on this.
Is there a very outlandish foreign name that could belong to our mysterious traveler?
Hold on.
There are lots of names on here from all over.
And we said the names were from going to the party? Why would you invite a child to the party?
What party?
We know about the party where the kings disappeared, right?
Well,
We just got
yes,
raided.
but
Hello.
when did
Hi,
that
Hello.
take place?
We're gonna be ending soon, but we're gonna raid out too. So hang out for the raid train.
I was genuinely gonna see if I could raid you guys after this, but I did. Darn it! But hello. I hope you had a wonderful stream, Dirty. Super appreciate. Thank you for the follows. Super appreciate it. You might see some familiar faces
Welcome,
here.
welcome.
I still
Do I
ran.
still have my? Oh, come on.
But
Genuine
if you don't
question:
know,
though, did this list get tied to the party and I missed it?
no, it did not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed. I
No.
apologize.
Yeah, it's not tied to the party, but it is a list of people. The kings just happen to be at the party, but there are names there that you, like he or Bumic would be able to confirm that don't seem to have any affiliation with the party at all.
Okay, I guess maybe if we think names will matter later, we should write them down. But very shortly, we either need to try tricking them to think you are person we fought, or we should just fight them. One of those two.
Indeed.
He's just gonna be writing down the names. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I'll
There
say the
are
names as
as you're looking over this, there are hundreds, like probably thousands. Like the more you're looking, like because it goes up the whole height of this and all the way over to the other side. It is a daunting amount of names.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to them all.
Agreed. All right, let's
Tom
go.
is now like pushing random names.
Let this
He
be
is
moving.
convinced.
We're going for.
There's a button in this bitch, I promise.
And if anybody goes through, like he's not going to stop you, but he's 100,000% going last, and he's giving it a good like 30 Mississippis before he goes.
Okay, he's
What
good.
is a Mississippi?
I was gonna say.
Whoever she is, she married Mr. Ippy. It's why.
It's Sippy.
Oh
No, that would be Mrs. Sippy.
That is what he said. He said Mississippi.
No, this is Mrs. Sippy.
Why are we the players having a conversation with Joe the character?
Let me introduce you to Mr. and
You
Mrs.
make asked his character, which gave me all the license I needed.
This fourth wall is being weird right now.
Oh my god, thank you, Joe. Don't ever change. Alright,
Oh,
so
But you did say there's a chasm between us and those people.
Yes,
Right.
and the chasm is pretty sizable.
Oh,
I
like
think,
the solid. You said pit. I thought there was a hole that we would just go around. Okay, that's different.
no, it is sizable.
Do you want to
I
keep
will
looking
be,
at names? No.
I'm just gonna move you to the map so you guys can get an idea. You're not on this map yet. You're still kind of in the tunnel before it gets here.
let's go.
This is just giving you a little bit of
Is
visual.
this what's on the other side of the arch? That's okay. That we're on a whole ass other map. That's my.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, here we go. You should hopefully be able to see
Where's
that.
this in relation to the map we were just on?
You guys are at the
Where's the-
bottom of this map, so you'd be coming up from the top. You're not in this room yet, but if you follow that dark walkway, it empties out into this space.
Can you?
So I'm gonna move the map. Don't be alarmed. There we go. Because for some reason that seems to sometimes make the color activate, but it didn't. I guess not. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, it did the opposite. I had nice
Yeah, I
color,
had
and
the
then you
color
shifted it,
myself,
and
and
now
then
I
it's
don't
white.
have it at all. Like I have it now, but my stream doesn't have it. This is bullshit. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and move it one more time. Don't be alarmed. Nothing. Okay, I don't know. I will leave it
To be
as
clear,
this.
was this the next stop described to us, or is this just a
Yes.
thing we've encountered?
Okay,
this was the next
she
stop.
described it.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'll very single-mindedly ignore this and go the other way unless people stop me. If it's not,
No, yeah,
a
that's
thing.
it's
No,
the
no,
arch
this
at the
was
top of the stairs. This is through that,
Yeah.
and this is what we had to go through because
Just
Todd was
making
like,
sure
"I'm
it
going
was
around
the
this
thing,
bitch."
'cause I don't want to stop anyone from interacting, but I'm also telling you where I would be headed.
I can help Bert and myself get across, if need be.
I can get across myself.
Okay.
I have a way I could get myself and someone else across if it's necessary.
I'll probably need to bring the snake.
I can throw a snake.
I'd like to see that.
I mean, if we're being
the snake
honest,
is like 80 feet behind you guys because he can dash that far.
this particular combination of classes and race could have had like 3 different ways to fly. I don't have any of them. I didn't make any of them particular choices.
And if you
So,
run fast enough, can you just run across on the side of the walls?
listen,
Yeah.
give me 6 levels.
Oh, there you go.
Not that
He's
high
less
monk.
monk than
He's a
cleric.
level, yeah, he's a level 3 monk.
Oh my god,
I
bro.
don't-
Oh,
I don't know if we
okay.
can see this from this far back. Sahatla Nosha is like still like holding way back. He doesn't trust this
Way
shit.
back, yeah, gotcha.
But I think he'd be smart enough to like know that if this was a room to pass, like it was probably visible via the mark if it's not an actual trap. But he's still not 100% convinced it's not a trap.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, I can give spider climb to someone. It makes more sense to give it to Bert since he's strong. Not that you're not strong, Mr. Monk. But
I am almost nearly as strong. I'm just observing the map, and it feels like this is a slope down to a lower level and then a slope up on the other side.
Yes, with the rocks that are there, correct.
If that is a genuinely traversable path, I mean, I don't need any fancy thing. I'll go down and
It
back
is,
up.
but you wouldn't necessarily be able to see it from the distance that you guys are, because it does dip. Like the pit is quite like this. It goes down probably a good
it is
50 feet or so
precipitous.
to the bottom. Yeah. So from your angle, like from the distance, you're like, I can see there is pit, and then it continues on. But more or less. That being said, once your character gets up there, you could be like, I can run forward. But from where you guys are at the distance.
Then yeah, as we move forward, maybe. I mean, this is also a particular combination of classes and races that means I could slow my fall. I'll have that.
That being said, while everybody is kind of plotting, this might be a good time for us to end here with you guys, with Bumic in disguise, but a few different options available for you guys on how to tackle this next room on your way into the experimental side of whatever the fuck is happening. We got rated again. We're leaving, but thank you.
Hawkeye!
Hawkeye, what's up, man?
Hand-rated list.
Hello. Okay. I might
More
just shot this guy
raid.
twice. I don't care. Here we go. Hello, everyone.
You can't lose because
Um,
I already did it. I did my job. Get out of here.
Listen, sometimes you do it slow.
That was fast.
It was fast. You did a very good job. But hello, thank you for rating. For those of you who don't know, I'm Foos, and we run TTRPGs on Wednesdays today, Friday and Saturday, and then we're Samurai on Sundays, and it's a good time. But yeah, we have a couple of new projects that are coming up soon, and we're very, very excited for them. But thank you very much for the raid. I hope you guys all had a wonderful stream. You were playing Subnautica. I have not,
Oh, Subnautica
played
is
that.
so much fun.
but I know what it is.
So good.
We're
I should
gonna
go back
find
and see if
someone
they
to
ever
rate.
made a co-op mod because I wanted there to be a co-op mod.
I'm gonna be distracted.
good.
In the meantime, as we do as I look for someone to raid, I usually hand it back to my players so they can introduce themselves and such. So let's get Rev to tell us.
Just wrapping up some
who they
Subnautica.
are.
Sorry.
Also, guys, please whisper me your votes for inspiration for next session, and Rev, let them know where they can
I
find
only
you.
get
and
to use
stuff.
my D20. Can I?
Nope.
You got
There'll be
that
one
so
more
long
roll
ago,
now in the next
and you're like,
minute.
no,
I
no,
Can we do
warned
one
you
more
many
thing?
times. I warned you many times.
Rolls a
Oh, my
5.
goodness.
But howdy, y'all. I'm Rev, a local variety streamer here on Twitch. You can find me most weekdays playing video games over there. I'm currently on a Dragon Age push through, hoping to beat. Now, all I have to beat is Inquisition before the end of the month, so that I can go straight into Veilguard. Otherwise, during the week, I'm playing an assortment of strategy, survival games, whatever floats my boat. And then every other Monday, I run a Pathfinder game with the wonderful Foozca here as an amazing Cavalli. And last time they were getting upset about getting critical hits. I don't really understand my group most of the time, but they are a wonderful group. But
I mean, look, I was being salty in the comments too. Though every time he was rolling like incredible numbers, I'm like, "What's that like? Does it feel good? Tell me about it." That looks awesome.
it didn't help that Twisted was not excited about rolling natural 20s, so
I think that was why I kept the joke going because I was like, "I'm having fun. This is a good time for me."
yeah, and I'm happy to be here. I'm glad Foozca allowed me to be a player for once, and yeah, I'm really
that's
enjoying
right,
this
yeah.
little mini campaign thus far.
Gonna blast. Come back for more stuff.
I hope to. If schedules align, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will hand it over to the person who handed it to me last time. Joe.
Oh, I mean, typically, I live here. I don't really. We just give out. I'm Joe, and I'm here all the time. And Dispel Logic Sundays is at 8 p.m. and we do Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a seafaring fun campaign. We're level 7. It's good times. And every other Sunday, I play Mass Effect at Microcosmic God on my channel. Not this upcoming Sunday, but the alternate ones. And everything's RNG, so every story decision and dialogue choice and skill point is chosen at random, and it's been interesting. We're about to start Mass Effect 2. All right. I mean, nobody else has a channel to pitch. I don't know. Netter's pitched up anyway.
Yeah, I'm Netters. I'll be hosting a Wild West Pathfinder campaign and have N plus kit weeks, whatever that looks like. We'll find out.
Kit weeks. that means we're waiting for Kit's campaign to end before we start that one. And Kit, there's no fucking pressure.
No pressure, brother. You know, I love you. I love you to death.
I'm feeling the pressure, man.
Look, man,
Please
this is
don't.
coming from the reigning champ of going way over the fucking deadline. So please.
Applying so much pressure, he's a monster.
I went over the deadline multiplicatively. Anyway,
I remember when we were on episode 12 and I was like, Netters, how much more do you think you're going? You're like, I don't know, it depends on what you do. And I was like, no, that depends on what you do. Sorry, how much longer do we have? He was like, I don't know, 22 episodes total. Oh my God, hilarious. It's okay.
got her.
If we ended
alright.
early, we wouldn't have rescued the ancient dwarf, and he was my best friend, and he was awesome.
This is true.
Everybody loved him.
That's the thing. Every time something goes long, I'm like, what a burden. I get to enjoy my time. It's fine.
See, that's why I don't put an end goal in mind.
Yeah.
That's why when Foos asked me how long Humble was going to be, I'm like, get out.
Listen, at this point, I feel like, again, we're in our TTRPG host stage, so I want to try something new soon, and then I know, like you do, and I want the Kit to get in as well, and then I know Netters wants to get back into the sea, and we're planning something. That's why I'm like, I want to make sure there's at least enough time, and also, like, having our guests on, I think it's easiest when it's a short series. So if it's like a long commitment, then I think it's harder.
Don't make it make sense.
We have
Let's
lots
think it out.
That's why I gotta know. That's why I gotta know.
Anyways, it wasn't passed off to me, but I'm going to take control now, and I'm going to say, Acnith, I see you in there. We coming.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Valkyrie.
Danger, Will Robinson.
I will
danger.
kind of wrap us up in general anyway. And also just mention that Kid is doing a fantastic fucking job as his very first time DMing, streaming and DMing his very first time. That's crazy. You're doing a great job. We've gotten so many laughs and had a wonderful time. If you don't stop shaking your head, I will drive to Chicago and kill you. So you need to stop doing that right now. Thank
I'd
you.
like to see you do that.
Hurting people
I'm
that,
kidding.
man.
No. I'm
I'm pretty sure you can go to jail
No,
for
you're
that.
fine.
You're not the right amount of Joe for that joke.
I was gonna say I can
Oh,
make
that's
those
correct.
jokes 'cause I'm a straight white man. You are all playing with fire.
No one else can do it. We're gonna get in trouble.
It is Chicago in a murder on minority. That's gonna go right under the fucking rug, man. That's clear.
I mean, there's a chance to prosecute. one of those. That's the problem. If I do it, the police are gonna go show up and go, "Our mistake, sir. You're very white. Let us increase your credit score and be on our
very
way."
white. You're very white. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go raid the New Age Geeks because I like the name. And also, they look like they're having fun. Because also, the title of I'm assuming it's the series that they have is called Queer in Present Danger, and I think that's great. So we're gonna go say hi to them. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for dealing with our nonsense. And we will possibly be back next week. This schedule is very wishy-washy. It's more or less so as long as we have the time to do it. So if anything comes up, we'll let you know. But otherwise, we'll announce as usual on like Discord and all that such. But everyone, please have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us and take care of yourselves. Bye.